All right. Our heroes stood in victory over Skyreach Castle, one that didn't quite feel right. For though Asbara and Rezmir are slain, a new foe, being Rathmodar of Thay, seems to have escaped with a prisoner, Francesca, Freddy's betrothed. Freddy spun into a quick depression at the knowledge of Francesca held prisoner, for an errant fireball may have been what took her from captivity and her life. But the way of red wizards may prove her salvation in a sense, for necromancy could bring her back to life, if for nefarious reasons. The chase was on to find Wrath, who appeared to have teleported from a high tower. The destination was narrowed down to the Well of Dragons further to the south. Though the destination could be pinpointed, the same magical connection could not be made. And so they stood upon Skyreach Castle in a hollow victory. And the time was for the vampire Sandesil to make her appearance once again. As they attempted to rest for the night, she made an appearance to Ireva and brought Ireva to a side room to discover what had been done and what was to be done. But Sandesil, being evil of her own, had some other nefarious plots of her own, and tried to charm Ireva with success. But the ever-watchfulness of Vimok proved to be vital, for he saw Sandesil enter and noticed Ireva being under a charm. And when Ireva was ordered to slay the Goliath, he stood up and began fighting. And one by one, the party woke up from their slumber to aid the elven woman, in her plight. Sandesil would be defeated. And so she was. Not outright killed, but brought dangerously low in her own mortality. And so she fled. And our heroes had the way of Skyreach Castle to their own, where the vampire threat was thwarted along with the rest of the cult. And thus, we are at our present moment in the new campaign module, Rise of Tiamat. Our heroes stand in waiting upon the castle floating in the clouds above the Sword Coast. The wind howls a low tune above them, and the cold, crisp air invigorates them. But they have a decision to make. Do they follow Blagothkus to meet with the giants, take off to the nearest village and make way to Waterdeep, or do they head straight to the Well of Dragons in pursuit of rescue of Freddy's betrothed?
So this is immediately after the fight, right?
It can
they
be.
go back to sleep and wake up.
Yeah, it can be. Or you can have a number of days have passed.
Okay. Well, let's just say we wake up in the morning after we had encountered her and went back to sleep for a little bit to finish our long rest.
Okay.
Has anybody's got any objections?
So remind me, the owner of this castle is a storm giant?
Yes.
Yeah, and VMUG really likes him.
I think not.
Favorite.
First name basis. Facebook official.
I think the new VMUG just considers him a big, ugly galoot or something along those lines. So again, the choices are disembark somewhere along the Sword Coast.
Yes. You can disembark somewhere along the Sword Coast to a nearest establishment. You have been invited by Blagothkus to meet with the giants, as he divulges a lot of the information that he has learned and trying to gain their support in a war against the cult, or you can try to travel straight to the Well of Dragons.
Well, Freddy would think that's wise to follow the giants for now. He's not the greatest fan of them either, but my enemy's my friend.
Not always, Freddy. These giants will lie to you to get you to do what they want. That is what they did to my people. Come, help us kill this enemy that is the enemy of your people too, and we will treat you fine. With their fingers crossed behind their backs, and then they turned my people into slaves.
King Blagiskus's patience at our visitation is wearing thin as well.
Visitation? We killed his enemy.
I understand.
We freed his castle, just like my people did for him many eons ago.
I know that, Freddy, you have voiced an interest in wanting to get to that well. Perhaps we stay with them for now? Do we really have an interest in joining the giants for this meeting? Otherwise, I'm perfectly fine with getting dropped off at a near town.
All I'm saying is, from what I've heard, the well is an extremely dangerous place, my face. I'm getting feedback from somebody. Is that just me?
Is that the music?
I think it's the bard.
It should sound like wind, so it might sound like feedback.
Freaking bards.
So I think he's talking about the echoing.
Yeah, it's like my voice, just on a half-second delay. Yeah, let me try this. Test. Yep, I muted
I
the
know
bard
why.
and it's
I
not
know
him.
why. Okay, I got it. There. Now the bard should be doing what it's supposed to be doing.
There we
I
go.
had it on the wrong virtual cable. All right, got it.
Fair enough, got it.
Sorry about that.
Okay. All I know is that the well is an incredibly dangerous place to go. One that not even the likes of us would probably survive.
Alright, so we don't head for the well immediately. I will tell you though, my clothes are near coming off with the weight of everything I am currently carrying. Would like to stop somewhere and exchange some of the weight of gold for something more useful. Other than that, I leave the decision to you two.
That is not wise, Ureva.
I didn't say they are coming off, VMAC. Just
I wasn't talking
heavy.
about that. Leaving the choices to me is not wise. I am still thinking that we should collect the treasure we are owed and killing this giant.
As of right now, he could prove to be an ally when it comes to ending the return of Tiamat.
And then he will put us in chains. Or try.
I will lose my life before I allow us to be put in
Giants
chains.
cannot be trusted. We use him as he would use us. Get to where we wish to get, take from him what is owed, and then be done with him. And his kind. But
I
keep
can
an eye
honestly
on
say
him.
I do not know the best course of action. All All I know is that we need something more if we're to survive an encounter at the Well of Dragons.
Then we find allies elsewhere. Do we not know that this cult is amassing troops? Out of character, we have discovered some things, yes?
I don't think you really
Thanks,
even knows
Squeege, for the
anything
gifted
about
sub.
it. She just knows, like, basic information, like, that people
Yeah,
are
sure thing.
going
Go
there.
ahead. Channel points will be done
I
with
think we know that
soon,
one
but
of the,
yeah, go ahead and use them. You've
they took
amassed them.
Francesca.
That's where we believe they went. They went south. Yeah. And then with the link that we discovered for the teleportation device, it was in the region of the Well of Dragons.
They were collecting treasure.
Yes, massive amounts of treasure all over the Sword Coast.
Okay.
And along with that treasure, usually comes an army to defend it, or at least guard it while it's being moved.
B-Mock's not smart enough to understand that. I mean, other than they have been gathering treasure. I mean, that's what he's trying to get at. I mean, he's trying to put a round peg in a square hole, you know. The gears are trying to work, but the cogs are slipping, you know.
All right. So you are
we
all
have-
given a Twitch advantage. Just want to make note of that.
Nice. Thanks, chat. Well, we have, the way I see it, more or less 3 courses of action. We go with the giants to their meeting.
Were they Wheatas?
We leave either at the meeting or here, and go find allies elsewhere on the Sword Coast, or we proceed straightly to the Well of Dragon,
where we will die. But it will be a glorious death.
I think most likely that we would perish. Yes.
But it will be glorious, Freddy.
Yes, but I don't want to perish needlessly.
No death is needless. Other than that of Ondar's, his was horrible.
That's because he's very ugly, Vimok.
He's hideous, you are correct. Did you see the stringy mess he called hair?
Oh, yes, and the color. An awful putrid yellow.
Well, it was no longer yellow. It looked as though he had not bathed in many 10 days.
Who we saw was not the Ondar we knew.
You must go your feelings for him, Ureva.
I will always care for the Ondar that I shared combat with. He may be in there, but we're gonna have to do a lot of scrubbing to get him out.
Back to the topic at hand. So we're choosing between 2 options right now. Basically, whether to join the giants or to not.
We cannot trust them, Freddy. Believe me.
I do not know, or I do not have a whole lot of experience with giants, so I trust your judgment, Vimok. But you can still work with someone, even if you don't trust them.
P.1 looks at Ureva and looks away quickly.
She notices, but makes no reaction.
They would be the easiest allies. They're already set against the cult. They already know the most. Besides maybe the Harpers, we wouldn't have to get any allies caught up. We wouldn't have to convince people. Like that, they're already motivated.
We can still ally ourselves with them and watch our backs.
See, for me, it would be the quickest course of action in order to deal with the cult. And we all can agree, I think, the cult is starting to get close. They have the spellcasters. They're starting to have the gold. We cannot dally too much. wandering the Sword Coast looking for an army to help us might prove fruitless in the end and take up a lot of time. You understand how I'm thinking, Vimok?
I am trying, Freddy, but my instinct tells me that, well, that trusting these giants is a bad thing to do. For the history of my people goes against that, for what they have done to my people.
I trust them as well, just about as far as I can throw them.
You cannot throw them at all. You cannot even pick one up to throw them. That makes no sense, Freddy. You cannot even pick me up, let alone a giant.
Exactly. I don't trust them at all.
Then why would you trust them at all?
I'm not. I am simply...
Then we must use them.
Use them, yes.
We use them to... First we take the treasure that is due us, and we buy an army.
You know of armies offhand that could be bought?
My tribe? They are great warriors.
And your tribe would follow us just off some gold into the Well of Dragons?
Probably not, no. Not for gold, but for glory. If we tell them that the great mystical dragon from another world is coming to eat them.
Would be great foes there. How far away is your tribe from the well? Do you know?
I don't even know where this well is. But if we are going to the coast, I can find my tribe.
I believe that would involve months of walking. I don't think we have that type of time, Vimok.
You're boxing me in a corner, Fred.
I am not.
I do not like it.
I'm field boxed in a corner too. I'm trying to find a way out that not only works for everyone, but is also the right thing to do, and helps us reach our goal. It is not an easy task.
He seemed look at Ureva with like pleading eyes.
Do you have any input, Ureva? Do you think I'm off my rocker?
Well, I don't adore the idea of aligning ourselves with giants either. I think of it as the option we must take. It can be done, but we'll have to have each other's backs more than ever, and be more careful. Vimok, is it even within reason for us to go locate your tribe? We are on a time schedule, but I don't want to rule it out.
What do you mean, is it reasonable?
Can it be done within a month's time?
I don't know where we are.
Then it...
You know of the Great Sand Sea that's in the heart of this continent? It is a body of land surrounded by water. But that water that's surrounding the land is the Sword Coast Ocean.
The great sea that I see from my mountain.
Perhaps, yes. I do not know which mountain you're referring to. Either way, this is...
Where we met.
Even yes.
The mountains that were near where we met was my homeland.
It's a very, very long ways away.
Sword Mountains is where he's from. Near Waterdeep.
Right. Yeah, that's like...
Along the Sword Coast.
It's like 2 months.
Probably, yeah.
Walk one way.
Yeah, he has
I'm
no
sorry.
idea where he's at.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Vivek. We are too far from your home. Way, way too far. Even with the castle, we might not get back there in time.
What about this magics that you were speaking of in that tower on this place?
Those are very powerful and very useful, yes.
Well, aren't you a great wizard?
I am a mediocre wizard. There are ones that are much greater than me.
Yerva kind of chuckles at hearing him ask Freddy if he isn't a great wizard.
However, those magics do not lead to that part of the continent, not that I'm aware of. The only ones that I know of go far north, a little less north, or around this area.
Then we take the treasure that is due us and we find a great wizard.
How are we to sneak the treasure off of this castle that is in the sky?
We just take it. It is due us. He owes us. We have done his bidding. He owes us great treasure. We killed the white dragon. It is ours to take.
He seems fairly unflappable from his goal of taking the treasure in this castle.
Does.
Why? You,
to-
Reba, put a arrow through the dragon's ass and killed it.
If we are to work with the giants, then they want a not insignificant portion of the gold, Vimak.
We do not ask for all of it. There is huge quantities down there.
And we have gotten a significant load already. I can't not carry anymore, can you?
I can carry much, yes. Fine. Then we will take no more. We already have plenty. And this mask will fetch a great price.
Oh, yes, it would. So that have we settled on a rough course of action. We stay together, protect each other, do not trust any giants we meet. But for now, we have an aligned goal to take out the cult with them. And that is it. No more.
The first chance we get to kill them, we kill them.
Yes, and if they ever attack us, then we happily defend ourselves. How about that?
I find this to be agreeable. Do you, Vimak?
What do you mean by defend?
If they ever take a swing at you, me,
Do I
Reva,
have to wait for them to swing?
unfortunately, yes, they have to swing first.
Oh, it will be too late.
Just don't get hit.
Dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Right.
Oh, very well, Freddy. You two are much smarter than I, but I think you are making a bad choice.
I really hope you're not wrong,
Leans back
Vivek.
against the wall or whatever, very unhappy.
I'm sorry, Vivek. I honestly,
His arms in a baby huff.
I don't know if I am making the right choice or not. I hope.
Well, I know
you're
you are
wrong.
not, but I will. I will let you learn your lesson. Start sharpening his glaive. Glaring
So,
at them.
out of character, is Slurm still here?
Yes.
Are we? Okay.
Oh, don't forget your Rosemary, too.
I know. I was trying to look to see how I could get control of her, but it's not working out.
Is it? There you go. Yeah, you should have her now. I got Slurm.
There we go. Sweet.
Oh, I think
Oh, wow.
I didn't share that, actually. Thought I did.
No. I didn't know we were on the map.
Got Got you on the other map.
Okie dokie.
Oh, so we weren't even in the same room. We were all talking.
Apparently
That's
not.
okay.
Who would want to be in a room with that big?
Oh, that's closed, apparently.
Oops.
There we go.
Oh, you unlocked. I'm free.
There you are. All right.
Do I need to move?
So then what is our course of action for now?
We stay on the castle. We don't piss them off too much. Get to wherever they're going, up in the mountains to the north. We, I don't know, participate or not participate. We can discuss that as we get closer or there, in their tribal gathering. And we fight the cult.
She doesn't say anything. She just nods.
Rosemary, what do you think? I think that sounds like a great idea.
Wait, he gets 2 votes. That's not fair.
Cringe.
Well, for now, then we bide our time. Maybe examine more of the this castle.
Definitely,
We're not locked up here.
We definitely could. Any downtime activity that you might wish to do as well. It will take some time to actually make it to the destination. Let's see.
Areva will contemplate going and killing that vampire.
How does Freddy have 172? Wait, what's
Oh,
so
are you
heavy?
looking at your inventory?
Yeah.
Money ways, remember?
You
So
picked
we have
up
a lot of gold.
yeah, you picked up spell books. Let's see.
Find where the money is and its weight.
The
he
money
does-
should auto calculate. It's
Okay,
probably it's probably the 2,615 gold pieces.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Probably.
Well, VMAC, you said you could carry more.
Yes.
Math. That would be. Can you carry 82 more pounds?
1, 5. Yes.
Right. I'm gonna give him 1,000 gold then.
Okay.
Can I spend it? No. And I can't give it directly.
You just subtract
No,
1,000 and I'll add
You
1,000.
get it?
Are you gonna do it?
Yep. I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
I also did put that dragon bone in the party sheet that we talked about before.
Okay, that only got rid of 20. Wait. Where's the rest?
Yikes.
Oh, I have. Oh, never mind.
Perhaps you should exercise with me, Freddy.
I think that might be a good call.
Not your mouth.
Yeah, I think you're just nickel and diming yourself.
Yeah, really.
It's just
Yeah,
a
just
number
gotta-
of yeah.
Number
Plus,
of
with
little things.
the with your strength going down, you can only carry 90. So.
Yep, I think that's where it came from. My strength is really
Thank you
bad
so
now.
much for the Prime sub, Lots 21. Notice that.
Look at
Thank
those
you very
new
much.
alarms you have.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start putting a bunch of stuff in the party sheet then. P.1, could you mind grabbing them if you can?
Oh, you want me to be a mule?
Oh, wow. Party sheet just decided to populate for me. Everything loaded.
I don't see anything in the parcel.
No?
See it?
I wonder if I have that on my end as a show inventory.
I see party inventory.
Show
There we
inventory
go.
to players. Here we go.
So the parcel items, that's where I'm putting the stuff.
I see letters and dragon bone is all I see in the parcel. Now I see some stuff.
Yeah, it's
Scabbard.
Yep. I'm putting stuff in there slowly.
Okay. So, on the Sword Coast map, which I am now sharing to each of you, that is roundabout where the Skyreach Castle is, where I have that marker.
Okay.
Yep, currently.
And we're heading north.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're like right in between where we're heading in the Well of Dragons.
Yep. Yeah, well is
Where he walked from.
done that.
Maybe Max from there.
So he's got no freaking clue where he's at. He really doesn't even know where Waterdeep is. I mean, he would
Yeah,
have
so-
a working knowledge of that area.
Right, so
That's
we,
about
we
it.
and we could use the teleportation rings, but as far as we know, one goes here, the other one goes here, the other one goes somewhere up here, way in the fucking north,
Yep.
and the other one goes out that way in the desert.
Correct.
Everything else is either broken or unavailable to us or not there.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Nice map though. Lots of detail.
Oh yeah. Okay, so traveling on Skyreach Castle, I would say you could easily travel probably like 32 miles per day. Doesn't have a scale. Or probably, I don't know. How fast would a floating castle be able to go?
Google it.
Yep.
I would think pretty quick.
Doesn't tell you?
If it does, I did not see it.
I should probably have rope. I should keep rope. That's a bad thing to.
See. .8 feet per round. 10 feet per round. Okay, I'm seeing pretty much the same as a normal speed. We'll say 32 miles per day, because that is a little faster. But in that case, it would take quite some time. If this map had a scale.
You take some more coins, VMUC.
We'll say something like that.
Freddy's a skinny boy.
Yeah, his strength went down quite a bit. It's affecting his carrying capacity.
Don't want it down that much.
That's what she said.
Damn you. Okay, so let's see. I can put a token on there. Let's use VMOX for argument's sake. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, 19, 20, 23, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 or 7, 9, 40, 43. We'll say about 43 days. So that
Jesus.
specifically in the calendar of Harptos would mean about a month and a half traveling. So, is there anything anyone wishes to do during that downtime?
Yeah, explore the castle some more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're going to be on it for so long, might as well know the place in and out. And then, I guess, like, stay proficient with our weapons and spells and whatnot. Practice.
Okay.
Maybe some light sparring, possibly.
Okay, so nobody, like, wants to learn a language or anything like that?
There are books. The Beyond the Iron Gates and, like, Asmar Joss's spell book. And didn't we have another one? We had another book. We had another book. Maybe not.
Well, I mean,
Freddy would be reading that in the evenings.
Okay.
I forgot about the whole learning a language thing. Since they're going to be dealing with all these giants, Ireva would attempt to learn giant.
Okay, Ireva, please make me a history check.
And Fred help her, since he speaks it as well.
Okay, let's see. Make me 5 separate history checks. And Freddy, if you're helping her, that would take up the time instead of reading the books. So we'll do 1 per week. So you can help her 1 week and then read the book another week.
Sounds good.
Just let me know what you're doing.
There's one. Oh, she didn't learn that.
Freddy's helping you, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I would say, did you want to help me that first week?
Yeah, first week I'll help.
Okay.
Okay, I'll redo history. Right, so that was the first roll. Second week?
Yeah, Fred would still be helping.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Third week?
Yikes. Still be helping.
Oh my god. Fourth week?
Since she's not quite catching on to it, Fred will take this one to read the book.
Okay.
I mean, he might be getting a little frustrated.
It's your help, specifically.
Hey, the first one worked out great.
Yep.
Alright, and then the fifth
And
week.
then since she's seemingly have it without him, he's going to keep reading the book.
Alright. So last one. Yeah, that's...
Okay. Rava, I would say a little bit more time is needed to be like fluent, but we'll say that you can at least speak a lot of Giant. You cannot write it, but you can speak it.
Okay. It's more conversational than clinical, though?
Yes.
Okay.
But I will add Giant to your languages known.
Aha.
All right, Freddy. And then 2 weeks of reading the books.
Yep.
Which book specifically?
The one that VMOC took. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
There
You mean the one you gave
is...
him up?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Beyond the Iron Gates.
Okay.
And Asbara Joss's spellbook.
Oh, okay.
So Beyond the Iron Gate specifically is written in Infernal.
Ah. Well, that stops that. I don't read Infernal.
Okay. And then Asbara Joss's spellbook. You see a number of spells in it. But with you being a bard, you can't do the wizard thing. But it has like a Fog Cloud, Magic Missile, Shield, Thunder Wave, Invisibility, Misty Step, Scorching Ray, Counterspell, Dispel Magic, and Fireball. Along with that, it has a number of notes. These notes show you that time spending the book was well spent. Talks about summoning magic. And you see a number of arcane formula written through and trying to proof. It says something about the blood of the elder.
Blood of the Elder being a critical component to the summoning.
Yes, it seems like these formula... Actually, make me an Arcana check. From what you can surmise, it seems like a lot of these formulas are trying to work out exactly how much power needs to be focused through the blood of the elder, how much the blood of the elder can take. It seems like the blood of the elder is like the central catalyst for whatever summoning they're trying to do.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Is the
make...
catalyst- I'm
Go
taking
ahead
notes.
go ahead and make me an investigation check. And this is all information to discover knowledge.
There we go. It's better.
You find notes about the blood of the elder. And you see Francesca's last name nearby. Leading you to believe, very likely, that Francesca is tied to the blood of the elder.
The next morning, after he's pretty much spent a really late night reading that, especially once Francesca's name came up, he approaches the group and says I now understand why Francesca was there. It was in Asbara's notes. He kind of slaps it down on a table nearby. They require something called the blood of the elder in order to summon Tiamat. And a part of the difficulty is trying to figure out how much they need and how much that blood can take in order to channel the spell. And I guess Francesca is tied to this blood of the elder. Perhaps she has a lineage that maybe her family's not even aware of.
seems she's found herself in quite unfortunate situation.
Yes. And if we didn't know that they were evil before, doing blood magic is one of the highest evils of the land. Isn't that how the Drow were created? Out of character. Weren't the elves messed with blood magic?
I'm
No.
not sure. It's
No, they were created when Corellian kicked his wife out of their domain.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, okay.
so like the Drow are specifically like Lolth touched or something. Like Lolth basically took them.
Right.
Didn't know if there was any blood magic involved.
So, what am I thinking of? I thought there was like a race or something that was created by blood magic.
I think that's Matt Mercer stuff, isn't it?
Or maybe it's previous editions. Maybe it's not 5e because the lore changes each time too. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. Sidebar. The silence of Freddy's companions is deafening.
Have Rosemary say something then.
Oh, that's horrible, Freddy! I can't believe that happened to your loved one!
Hey,
I agree with you, Freddy.
something.
Whatever you say, right, whatever, yeah. You're so wonderful. I love you. Yeah, whatever.
Oh my god.
I mean, if you say VMOC, I'll take it.
I was gonna be like, what? I would never say that. What are you talking about?
Freddy blushes.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you shouldn't have, you big lug.
All right, Freddy. So that is all that you have discovered from the 1 week of reading. Any more reading you wish to do, or anything else you wish to perform?
So is there anything more in the book? Like, what would continuing reading it? Like, is there anything that I haven't deciphered? I have a second week.
Yeah. Okay. Make me another Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, that is the wrong character. There we go. Hey, Macarena.
As you further go into the book,
Macarena.
you discover more information specifically about the summoning magic. They have more catalysts, which seem to be extremely, extremely important. They help to channel this energy towards Tiamat. The dragon masks. Specifically, what you uncovered is that the dragon masks, though they are all individual and of the different colors, apparently can combine to one. And this one mask is to be worn by Rath Modar at the summoning.
Do you spell his name? Is it like WRATH?
Like that.
Okay, thank you. So, if we destroy this mask, or buried in a place that they would never ever find, like just chuck it off the side of the castle, that would severely hinder their efforts. Destroying it would be more permanent, though. If they can't make the whole mask, it's very difficult for them to channel the energy.
It's true.
Honestly, VMOC, that mask it hid your beautiful face anyway.
No, what are you trying to tell me, Freddy?
Well, the mask is valuable to us, it's more valuable to the cultists. Destroying it would hurt them a lot.
Was there any reason to... Oh, I almost did a different voice. I can't do 3 characters at once. Is there any reason to not destroy it?
Looks really cool.
Yes. Such an excellent reason, Freddy.
No, it
Well,
it provides genuine bonuses to VMOC's physique. It makes you resistant to like poisons, doesn't it?
from what I can tell, when I wear it, I can see in the dark.
Powerful ability.
When I wear it, Slurm and I can speak in a strange tongue.
Oh, that must be draconic. Also
She
a
tells
powerful
me that
ability.
when I wear it, I am resistant to acid damage.
Also useful. But I think comparing that to it falling into the cult's hands and being a key catalyst, a key component to their summoning ritual,
Do they know that we have it, though?
well, Resmir had it. They know we killed Resmir. So
Do they?
yes. Yes, Wrath, the other
Yeah.
wizard that was fighting us, the red one who took Francesca, he saw us kill her.
I mean, has this thing been identified? I mean, I guess it has.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
we did.
Because while I wear it, I don't know if this is good or bad. My my beauty is added to my armor, which would be a negative.
So it adds your charisma to your AC, essentially.
Yes.
But so what happens if it's negative? Would that be
I would say
would that be a debuff?
Yeah, let's not add that.
We'll
Because
just
it says
cancel
you
that
can
out.
add your charisma bonus, not that you do.
It's optional.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
That's the key. There we go.
Draconic Majesty!
Exactly. You're so ugly, it makes me want to hit you more.
And I can breathe underwater.
Also very... Well, Vimok, do you have an attachment? Would you be willing to be rid of it?
Yes.
To kill, to hurt the cult?
It's my precious.
Bimok starts growing wisps of hair on his head.
His eyes start going big. He starts hunched over. There's a little bit of scoliosis going on.
I do not understand, Freddy. You want to destroy this thing?
Is there a way for us to simply, through means of magic, change the appearance of it? So that...
Beautiful. Look at it. And he holds it up. I mean, there's no image of it, but
It is beautiful. Yes. Masterwork of craftsmanship. But it's something the cult needs.
glossy ebony,
And it's something that we just merely want.
and it reshapes itself whenever you put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we can try to keep it for now, but have a contingency plan put in place to destroy it whenever we need to. How about that? Let me try to come up with a way. Can I try to roll an Arcana check to figure out how to, destroy a magical item like this?
Go ahead. Okay. Magical items can be disenchanted. The amount of time and material and expertise required is based on the rarity. A legendary item such as this, you're not certain you would be able to destroy it. It would take some extremely powerful magic and ability, as well as expertise on the matter.
So basically, just simply throwing it off a floating castle probably wouldn't destroy it.
No, I'm
Probably
thinking
not.
of more direct methods. Can we just hit it with a hammer? A
You
magical
can
hammer.
certainly try.
Go ahead, hammer.
Well, I'd like to try and figure out if that would work or not. Like, do I know if enchanted items like these are, invulnerable or indestructible or anything like that?
Very likely you would need a item that's more powerful, so you'd need a legendary or a artifact rarity weapon, if it could be done.
Sure. Roger. It's kind of like trying to smack the Ring of Power with Gimli's axe. Just, broke the weapon.
Tiamat puts it on. See, look, it is magnificent. Look at me, Freddy.
You
I am
look
your
very,
father.
So you look very smarting, but I still think I prefer your normal face. Well, upon thinking about it some more, a weapon of this rarity and of this power, I do not have the strength, magically speaking, to destroy it. And it would require a weapon of equal or greater power as well in order to damage the thing.
So then, as of now, we just must simply ensure it does not fall into other hands.
Right, we might be
No
stuck
one will
with it.
take it from me, Freddy. I promise you this.
You promised me, Vmug.
I do.
All right. I don't like it, and I still say that if we find the opportunity to destroy it, we should. But all right.
I can't take it off, Freddy. Something is wrong.
Okay, Jim Carrey.
I'm kidding, Freddy. I was only messing with you, Freddy.
I wonder if Otto would have gotten that reference.
No,
Probably not.
absolutely not.
She would have been like, I don't get it.
Oh.
Then we would have gone on a whole new tangent of movies and her being a baby.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Okay, so then I have one more week of things. No, I spent it.
Yep,
studying more.
that was the
And
week.
That's right. Yep.
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 Okay, awesome.
Did you two want to do anything, Vmok?
Ewok would have just been touring the castle and trying to find unguarded treasure to steal.
All right, so I do
Not
have
steal, but claim.
calendars now. So if you open up your calendar, I'm gonna try to keep track of the days and what time of what month of the year, what season, and everything. I'll have to do that outside of session to figure out exactly where we are because I forgot what I had down. It's probably going into the winter. I think that's kind of the time frame that we had. It might be Uktar or Nightal. But yeah. So that is a thing. You can open up the calendar and you can even probably put in your own notes. If you double click, if you double click on one of the days, you can put your notes in there and add a log entry.
So where are we at?
I'm not sure right now. Pretty sure like Nightal is December.
It is.
Okay. I would say probably
You set
Hammer.
You set the year and date, so
Yeah, I'll have to figure out what that is. I think it's like 1493 or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, probably hammer. So in the middle of hammer, we'll say for ease it'll be hammer 23. So it is right in winter. You have traveled north across the spine of the world after about a month and a half on this floating castle with Blagothkus. Making your way across this castle, you've seen many of the bodies of which the giants have just kind of tossed off the side. Someone down in a village, probably see some bodies littering the ground, raining from the sky. They have made quick work of cleaning out the area, though a lot of the areas remain as they were with the cult. A lot of their own trinkets and belongings and some weapons and discarded about. But the actual treasure chamber is guarded by one of these stone giants at all times. You are able to come and go as you see, but they keep an eye on you if you go into the treasure chamber. You get a strong sense that if you were to try and take any of the treasure, there would be an issue. But nonetheless, you are brought north of the spine of the world, at which point you begin a slow but steady descent. Till finally, at long last, you are landed and brought to this area. Blagothkus lands, shows you a Jarlmut. There is a congregation of giant stone chairs, stone thrones, on a hill overlooking the surrounding area, up in Icewind Dale. Show him. He brings you forth and speaks to you about waiting for a time, for the giants are on their way. He says to stay close so that they know you're with him, essentially. One after one, they arrive. With great processions, some big, some small. You see a fire giant, frost giant, cloud giant, storm giant, a hill giant, and a stone giant. Upon the day of the meeting, Blagothkus escorts you each forward, standing upon the middle. You all see the map, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and move forward. See fit. He directs...
Storm giants are above cloud giants, right? Or is it the other way around?
Storm above cloud, yes.
Okay.
He points over in this direction to stand beside the large stone throne. Anyone that wishes to may make a history check.
I mean, I'll try, but I probably ain't gonna know anything.
Yeah, change my dye color.
Zero.
Far for the course.
Yes.
Tiamat knows all.
My shoes are brown.
I'm being told the year is likely 1489 DR, so that sounds correct.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I know it's right. I know it's right about that time.
How's Rosemary's history?
No information can be gleaned. Yep,
Well,
nothing. We will see what Slurm has. With a -1. Oh, she got a 15. Alright, Slurm notices that the giants are in a specific order. You see the Storm Giant looking extremely regal, like a king, and then seated in order are the Cloud Giant, Fire Giant, Frost Giant, Stone Giant, and then Hill Giant. This is important. It is called the Ordning. The Ordning. It is the ranking of the giants, the basis for their entire society. So it's Storm Giants, above Cloud Giants, above Fire Giants, then Frost Giants, Stone Giants, and Hill Giants. Blagothkus speaks up when he sees them all congregated. Good giant kin. I have asked for you all to be here for a summoning. For those that do not know, the cult of the dragon is arising. Not only do they have many dragons on their side, a blood oath against them, but they are attempting to bring back the greatest from her prison down in the Nine Hills. I have seen this, spoken with them. I was with them for a time, and I have discovered their plans. The Queen of the Dragons must not rise. And so I have called you all upon here with the aid of King Hecaton and his approval to discuss what must be done. And at this, you see the Storm Giant step up from his perch. I, King Hecaton, have called this council at the behest of Blagothkus. I believe now is the time to discuss where, when, and in what capacity we will assault with our troops and amass our own forces. Let it be so. But first, Blagothkus, who are these lowly beings you bring with you? Was my belief we would have a Yarlmoot. I do not understand why the lowly folk are with us. Good King Hecaton. They will aid in my assault upon the cult upon my castle. They are here to bring their own tidings with whatever they may have. I believe it good for them to bring news of our mute to those lesser races down further south upon our completion. They are here more as messengers, if anything, to bear witness to the might of Lost Astoria. I will heed your counsel, good Blagothkus. So it shall be. And he goes back to sit down. Blagothkus goes over to stand beside the other cloud giant, who you see is a female and is kind of like sitting lazily back in her throne. King Hekaton looks to her and says, "What more information may you provide for us?" And Blagothkus speaks up. "In my time spent with the cult, I have learned they are putting together a force of red wizards from lands across to the east, a land called The. They are putting forth summoning magic to summon her dark majesty from the hells. They have taken a prisoner who has what they call the Elder Blood. And they have a number of dragon masks, magical masks tied to all of the chromatic dragons. These masks were crafted in ancient times, and though now they are split, I have come to understand that the masks may be formed together. We have taken one of their masks, as you can see the one over there wearing it." And he points to Vimark. Can you see all the giants?
Yes.
I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because it's acting a little weird on my end.
Sometimes it does that.
I can't see you guys all the time either. Just gonna make them all visible. So there's no reason not to be.
Because they're huge. They're giants.
Alright. Bmop, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Nice.
Vmok. You see the fire giant across the way, eyeing you with extreme interest, looking at that mask. You also see the hill giant seems to have built up some spit and slobber.
Gas.
Yeah. And the hill giant is eyeing the party with some hungry eyes.
Hungry eyes.
Hungry eyes!
Yeah.
Alright. Blagothkus continues. As long as we keep this black dragon mask away from them, they cannot perform their summoning ritual. Though the great threat is masked at least for a time, they still have a large force. It is undoubted that they will try to gain the mask back from he who has won it. They have amassed their forces at a location down far south, the Well of Dragons. And you see a number of the giant folk kind of nod their head in recognition at this. It is a stronghold which even us, in our might of the Ordning, and Astoria would be hard-pressed to assault. We must decide together. Just in ages of old, with lost Astoria, to combine our might and assault them in a combined effort. This is my wish. This is my thinking. King Hekaton speaks up. He stands up once again. This is dire news indeed. And he looks down to Vimak. Says, perhaps the mask would be best left with one of us to ensure its safekeeping.
At this, Freddy speaks up. Wise King Hekaton, you are right, this mask cannot fall into the hands of the cult. And we are equally as determined to meet that goal.
At your voice, many of the giants kind of shift uneasily. The fire giant's beard begins to blaze a little bit. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
That's intimidation, insight.
You suspect that they are bristling, since this is a Jarlmut, for giants, not for the lowly folk.
Right, we're not supposed to have a voice here.
King Hekaton responds, who are you who speaks so boldly?
My full name is Frederick Bloomington, but you all may call me Freddy.
Freddy. Name even sounds weak. What could you and the lowly folk possibly provide?
Many things. Numbers, namely.
What numbers do you have?
Well, at least 5 here. And we have many allies spread out throughout the Sword Coast. We would be able to get more.
In Giant, Ireva would calmly state, we are the reason the cult lost ownership of this mask.
At this, he seems a bit more amused. You see some uncomfortable shifting among the other giants, same as the hill giants just like staring at you each and kind of starting to drool a little bit. The cloud giant seems a little pleased, if entertained. The fire giant, frost giant seem kind of perturbed. Probably at hearing their own language spoken by a lowly form, as they so call it. Could you repeat what you said? I think I missed the last part. Thinking in my head.
Okay. It was just a quick one. She just said, in Giant, we are the reason that the cult lost ownership
yes.
of this mask.
That is true. Okay. So yeah,
Freddy
King
would also say, and we are the reason, in Giant, piggybacking off of her, we
Gotcha.
are also the reason that Glazael is no longer in the skies.
And at this, you see a bit of excited talk. The fire giant kind of sits back a little bit, cocks his head to the side, looking to you more with interest than animosity like before. King Hekaton speaks up. You mean to tell me it was you who killed the Cloud Chaser?
This one here, Fred nods towards Ireva, is the one that struck the final blow, but the 5 of us brought her down. Yes.
Lagothkus steps up. Aye, it was them I charged with killing the Cloud Chaser. And they slayed it. They have proven themselves worthy at least, which is why I have brought them present. Though their counsel I did not expect. King Hekaton responds further. If that is so, then I will excuse your transgression. You may have a voice at this council. And the news of such a dragon being felled brings happiness to my heart. If it is true that you may amass more forces down below the spine of the world from the lowly races, perhaps we could have some use.
Hekaton's a storm giant, right?
Correct.
And wise King Hekaton, it seems we have not only a common goal, but an understanding of one another.
This is true. This is true. Good tidings. The blood of the dragon must be spilled. We cannot abide their presence on our lands any further. If you will join in a combined effort with us against them, perhaps some sort of agreement can be made. And then at this, the fire giant steps up.
B-Mock's never seen a fire giant. His people have fought mostly frost giants and the occasional hill giant.
He speaks up in a booming, resonating voice. I will lead the assault on the Well of Dragons. All those brave enough of the might of Astoria can join in me in a glorious assault upon their beachhead. We will march to the Well of Dragons with me in command to destroy every draconic presence there. If these lowlanders wish to join, so be it. But understand they will be broken underfoot if they get in our way. Then he sits back down. Good, Duke Zalto. If that is your wish, I would bless it. Who else has anything to share? Now the Countess, Cloud Giant, steps up. She speaks, saying, why would we spill so much giant blood for what seems more like a problem not our own? We have fought with the dragons for many, many ages. This is no different. We have the dragon mask, just take it and keep it secret. The queen will not rise. There is no need to spill giant blood in this conflict. And she sits back down, and you all Looking at Blagothkus might see him kind of perturbed, but nonetheless does not cross his own leader. Countess.
Is the king going to... Okay.
Yep. King Hekaton speaks up. Countess Sansuri, your wisdom rings very true. Though I disagree that this is a conflict for us. It might be the time we are waiting for to return the might of our ages past. I do not know that sitting this one out would serve us well. And Duke Zalto speaks up. Now is the time to fight! If you and your cloud kin wish to sit this out, go ahead and do so, but do not expect to win any of the glory for yourselves. Sitting alone in your cloud towers. And the Countess speaks up. Duke Zalto, though I do not expect you to die, many of your own kin will. They have dragons, and I hear from my own network that the metallic dragons are with those that oppose the cult. And at this, you see King Hekaton actually kind of look surprised, maybe with a little bit of annoyance at the Countess. You say the metallic dragons are with those of the lowly folk? And he looks to Freddy. Is this true?
Out of character, we haven't heard of this before, have we?
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rack my brain thinking about all our encounters with non-cult people. I don't think anybody's brought up metallic dragons being on the side. Okay. I will be honest, King Hekaton. This is news to me as well. I've been on the trail of the cult, similarly to Blagothkus, for many moons now. Perhaps this is a very recent development.
He frowns a little bit. Well, if you do not know, must admit, it is hard to trust you at your word about amassing forces in the south.
Just because I have not been in touch with my contacts recently does not mean they're not our contacts.
How long have you been away from your contacts? What is the most recent news you can bring of the lands down below?
When was the last time we were in Waterdeep?
That was in the fall, so that probably would have been...
Because after that we went into the mirror, and then we were, in the lodge.
It would probably have been around Marpenoth of the last year. So... 3 months?
It would have been around the Marpenoth of this last year. Roughly 3 months ago, King Hekaton.
That is a lot of time for things to change. I will not hold this against you, though we must discuss how things are to move forth. If the aid of those beneath may be of use to us.
I agree.
If it is deemed true that the metallic dragons have joined forces against the cult, we will need some assurances. The feud between the giant kin and the dragons runs very, very deep. I cannot stand assured that there will be no bloodshed. If the metallic dragons are with your forces and we must join, then so be it. But there must not be any transgression against my kin by them. I will see to it that none of mine will be the first to attack. You see a few of the other giants shift uneasily.
Believe the metallic dragons to, while being, yes, your mortal enemies, hate Tiamat and the chromatic dragons even more. I have a strong feeling they'd be willing to put aside the disagreements between your people for a short-term goal of this magnitude. However, I cannot speak for them. I'm merely saying that this venture could prove very profitable and beneficial for everyone involved.
The frost giant speaks up. What profitability do you speak of? What could you and your kind possibly give us that would be worth anything?
Oh, not I. As I'm sure that many of you are aware, the cult is amassing a huge hoard in order to fund the summoning of Tiamat. There will be many spoils to be had, as they've collected a sizable portion of the entire Sword Coast. Gold, gems, and other artifacts of value.
You see quite a lot of the giants actually, perk up a little bit. Countess Sansuri is, as always, unreadable. But Duke Zalto has a proud look of knowing on his face. The frost giant seems quite excited. The hill giant actually looks away from you for once, looking to the other giants and seeing them all excited, gets excited as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid pile of blubber.
King Hecaton hails the frost giant. Jarl Storvold, do you have anything in mind to this? Aye. They promise wealth, which is all well and good. I'm interested to hear exactly how much they're willing to pledge. The frost giants will take their cut. Just don't know the size of the cut. And Countess Sansuri speaks. Yes, of course. We've heard about a large mass of wealth, but I hear from my good Blagothkus that we have a large sum in and of itself. What more does the cult have, perhaps? Pray tell.
I do not have specifics. All I know it is much more than what is on Blagothus's great castle.
He holds only a fraction of what the cult has amassed.
And at this...
How much gold would it take to bring a queen from where she'd rest?
King Hecaton responds, true enough, true enough. There is any truth to that. The amass of wealth is great indeed. If you can secure a promise of wealth, I think many of us are willing to join in. Duke Zalto stands up. I fight for the glory of the Ordning and that of Astoria. I will take whatever wealth I deserve in victory. Steps back down. Unfortunately, at this point, it is time.
Oh, that's right. We have to end an hour earlier now.
Yep, we have to end.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes,
That
to
is-
be continued next time. Leaving on a interesting point.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go over whatever little bits that you deem necessary in this little negotiation. And we will continue
What this is?
next time.
It's a negotiation? I thought this
It's
this
something.
was a threat.
Yeah.
I thought this was a... If you have ways of making you talk, little person.
Yep, it is. It's definitely something. You're there.
Things are happening.
Yes, things are happening. All right. Thank you so much to all of you for joining and getting this started. It sounds like Raven is actually ready to go, so I will be in talks with her about
She'll be coming back. Sweet.
yes, about exactly how that's going to be handled, and how soon she's able to join. But hopefully next session, which is planned for next Monday, same time.
Next Monday.
Yes, Monday at 10 a.m. Central.
You said that like the mamas and the papas. That's not like a cool way of saying it. You know, like Monday.
We're
La,
like,
la,
sorry,
la,
Monday.
la.
I was trying to do it like a big event, like it's Coliseum
Monday.
And
Yes. All right. So yes, we will be joining next Monday, same time. Joining in for session 2 of the Rise of Tiamat, giving me plenty of time to plan some stuff out and practice.
Right on, dude.
good
Yeah,
for
sounds
session.
like a plan.
Nice to be back with you.
Yes, good session. Great to have things started up again. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening. Until next time, thank you.
All right.
You too. Take care.
Later.
Bye.
Very good, very good. We finally got to the session underway for the next campaign. Thank you to all of you out there who have joined in. I saw a number of you. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the Prime sub, Lots21. Definitely appreciate you. But our session is at an end, and so we must continue again next time for the next session of the Tyranny of Dragons through the Rise of Tiamat. We are ending in the middle of a Yarmut in talking with the giants. I have some more preparations I gotta do. Get ready for next time to see exactly what these motivations of the giants will be, whether or not anything can be decided right now, and what new prospects will be in front of the party. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and tip those mugs back, finish whatever you're drinking. Thank you so much for being here. This has been the Tavern.